Hi, my name is Dennis Poremski. I'm the Director of Wellness here at Asbury Solomons. You're about to experience a class we call Group Strength. It's a class we call it a level 3, so it's a class that we do some standing, we do some sitting, and it's for people that don't need a whole lot of support, any extra attention, but I always want you to be cued to make sure as I'm standing in front of a chair now that you have some support when you need it and use it when you need it. And you need to make sure that you're kind of gauging your experience by how you feel today. I cannot tell you because I'm not there with you right now, but I want you to be very aware how things are. I'll give you some different options on each exercise you can kind of modify to fit how you may feel today. So do what you can with me today, and I'm so happy you decided to join me. We usually do this class every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 o'clock. And oftentimes we have 100 and plus people out there enjoying the class with us. So this is a class I used to teach, and I will teach again in person. But now I have probably double to triple the attendance, and I'm so happy that everyone gets to join the class with me. So let's get to it. You ready? Okay. Well, first of all, I want to make sure that you have a chair in front of you, and I want to make sure that everything around you is there's no hazards. You know, do you have the cat? Do you have the dog? Do you have a bookcase? Because we're going to be moving our arms around a little bit and moving around a little bit in space. So make sure that you're safe in that way, okay? And if you ever need to stop, please stop. And if you ever want to push things a little harder, that's up to you, okay? Let's get going. First thing we're going to do is warm up. So I'm just going to start marching. March with me. If you want to put some music on in the background, do so. Maybe if you've got someone you live with, tell them to turn up some music for you. Just get marching. We're just going to get our joints moving. You don't have to keep up with the pace of me. I'm taller, I'm different, I'm not you, so do whatever works for you, okay? March your feet wide now. We're just marching wide. And if you want to have your hands on something, you can. All we're doing is getting our bodies a little more awake. Excellent. Now what I'm going to do is do some hamstring curls. So I'm going to bring my heels up behind me. What I'm going to do is curl it up and up. All we're doing is getting our joints a little more lubricated and ready for the work. Yeah, the fun, right? The fun that's to follow. If you want to do something that's a little more, aggressive, you can get your arms going too, okay? But please don't do that if you feel like you're a little imbalanced or if you need to have your hands down. You can have one, you could have both. Just modify as you see fit, okay? Good. Now we're going to do some side steps now. So step together, step together. And I have my hand in front of me, but if you want to do something to get your body a little warmer, you could use your arms and your shoulders. So you can raise them up like this. It feels pretty good, right? Your own pace. This is why I had you move the cat. You can see we're moving back and forth here. Don't want you to step on one of those tails. And let's do some hamstrings again. There you go. Every time I exercise at home, which is what you're doing right now, I have a cat named Charlie, and Charlie always wants to be right with me. So I want to make sure I don't want to step on him. He's a nice guy, but he likes to be underfoot like all cats do, right? And let's sidestep over and over. Good. And again, if you want to get your arms going. There you go. Feeling pretty good, a little warmer, right? And then let's march again. Let's see if we can get that coordination going. We'll see how you do today. So we're going to raise our arms up and down with me, okay? So raise them up and down, up and down. I know, we'll pass out the chewing gum next, right? No, you're doing fine. Up and down, up and down. Good, now let your arms rest. Now go down and up like you're doing some curls here. And again, if you need to have something to hold on to, do that. Don't worry about doing this piece. We'll do plenty of things to get you warmer in the next half hour. Good, then just march a little bit again. And I want you to slow your feet to a stop. Okay, that was great. Oh, no, we're not done. We're not done. We're still going. So behind your chair, rest your hands on the back of the chair. I want you to go up and down on your toes. So press up as high as you can, and then go down again. Good. And up and down. High as you can, like you're peeking over a fence. There's 3 and 4. Typically when we progress, each day I do a few more repetitions. But today we're just going to do 10 of everything, okay? And hopefully I just lose count, which I think I did. We'll call it 7, 8, high as you can, 9, and 10. Very good. Now we're going to do some hamstring curls. So we're going to bring our feet behind us one at a time. So in the mirror version of it, this will be your right leg, okay? So curl up behind you and then down. Curl it up and down. You're bringing your heel towards your bottom. That's 2 for each foot. 3, 3, 4, 4. It's funny, sometimes I come down to teach class and I don't want to, just because I have other things in my mind, things to do, right? But every time I take a class, teach a class, I feel better. Remember that. Next time you think, oh, I'll take a walk later, or I'll take that class later. You only regret the things you don't do, I think, in this world. So step up and do it, and I'm guessing the rest of your day will be better. And up, and up. Okay, we're working. Let's do another set of those calf raises, okay? You're behind your chair. We're going to go up on our toes. There's 1 and 2. I'm kind of tall, so I'm going to get way up there, huh? 4, 5, 6. All the exercises that we do are really intended to increase just function, so we can do the stuff we want to do in our lives, and some of the stuff we have to do too. The more you keep moving, the more you're able to keep moving. That's what fitness is. Do the stuff you have to do and have the energy at the end of the day to do the stuff you want to do. Pretty cool. Let's do some hamstring curls again. So start with your right leg, and we're going to curl up behind and down and up. There's 2. Good. And 3, 4. There you go. 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9, almost there, all the way up, pull them up, 10. Excellent work. We're going to do some stuff for our hips now, okay? So standing with your feet about shoulder width apart, what we're going to do is hinge our legs out to the side. We're going to start with the right leg. Keep your foot facing forward. Lead with your heel. Not particularly high that you're leaning or anything like that. You'll feel it in both the base leg and the leg that's moving. So let's start off with the right leg 10 times. Raise it up and down. Very nice. 2. And the great thing about this video you're watching is you can watch it again sometime. Or you could tell a friend about it and they could watch it too. You got yourself a little built-in workout if you want to do this 2 or 3 times a week, right? There you go. 5 more. You feeling it a little bit up here? I do. Stabilize your muscles. And you may rest. Feel that though, don't you? I sure do. Yeah, all these small muscles matter quite a bit when we're doing things, walking on uneven surfaces, doing stuff we have to do. Other side, raise it up and down. 2, 3, we're just going to do 1 set of this one, okay? 4 and 5, 6, very good, 7, 8, 9, almost there, 10. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to transition in a second. We're going to walk around and have a seat in the chair. I want to make sure that you have some hand weights, something, doesn't matter what it is. It could be a book, it could be a can, it could be a bottle of water. And we're going to sit down and we're going to continue from there, okay? So let's do that together. Okay, so we may transition from standing to being seated. A couple pieces of equipment that you need, and you could jump and get this if you need. These bands. If you don't have one today, you can totally do these exercises without it. These resistance bands are really quite nice. We provide these to every resident on campus. This is what we did right in the beginning of all these things to be able to have this tool. They last quite a long time. You can easily buy them on Amazon or other places, but they create some nice resistance. They're different colors. And the other thing that I have are some hand weights, these things. You can do other things for weights. It's really kind of interesting with home use. You can get sand and put it in a bottle. You can get water bottles. You can use books. You can use all kinds of different things to modify and create some resistance, because that's all it is. Just whenever you choose something, make sure you can have a good grip on it. It would be going overhead, and it would definitely ruin your day if something like that fell. So make sure you have something that you can keep a good grip on. It works really well for you, okay? Safety is so very important, and it's something that you really need to be conscious of all the time. So yeah, let's keep on moving. We're warmed up. We did some things there. We're going to sit down for a little while and continue doing legs and other things. So first thing we'll do, though, is I want you to scoot to the edge of your chair. We're going to work our abdominal muscles. They call this the core of your body. Pretty important stuff, because it really, in every movement you do, you need to use your stomach and back muscles. So sit up on the edge of your chair and put your hands up on your chest. I'd like you to let your feet go out a little farther than you normally would to kind of counterbalance, because we're going to be leaning backwards. So sit up tall, let yourself lean back, catch yourself, and come forward. You're going to be tempted to hold your breath, but don't. You're exhaling, going back and up. And you want to have some good feedback. Put your hand right on your stomach, and you can feel those muscles tightening up. This is very much the equivalent of doing some crunches on the floor. And I, at the moment, don't want to be laying on the floor to do crunches. So it's a really nice alternative for us. So we don't have to be climbing down and up and all those sorts of things. So you're breathing, keeping that back rather straight the whole time. Down and up, down and up. We'll do one more. Down and relax. Bring your feet under a little more. Put your hands on your knees. Now, your hands aren't grabbing your knees. They're just resting there, okay? What we're going to do is raise up one knee at a time. This is, again, going to work our abdominal muscles. So raise up your right leg and then raise up your left. Let's just do that for a little bit. There's a little coordination to this movement, so we'll get you rolling, and then we'll transition to it, okay? Okay, so you're just bringing them up and down. Now what I want you to do is to reach across to touch the knee that comes up in the air, okay? So what that creates is a little bit of a twist. And as you feel a little more confident and you're more able to do that, you can reach across more to touch maybe your forearm, or maybe even go as far as your elbow. What you're doing is crunching forward, pausing at the apex of that knee, and shortening those stomach muscles. You feel that? We can do this all day, right? We will. Next hour, this is what we're doing. No, we're not. Up, up, up. We'll do two more, one each side that is, and relax. Feeling a little something there, aren't you? Very important stuff we just did. So now I want to do some things. We're going to be doing some leg exercises. We can do several things. We can do some sits and stands, but I think what I'm going to do is a lot of things in a seated position today, just so you can see me, okay? So I want you to scoot back in your chair, and I want you to tighten your stomach muscles. Then I want you to cross your ankles. You can't see my feet, but trust me that they're crossing, just like this. Now the top leg, I want you to relax. The bottom leg is going to be the prime mover. It's going to lift up that top leg, okay? So we're going to do that 10 times. Lift it up and down. All we're doing is lifting our leg up and down. 3 and down. 4 and 5. You want to put your hand on your leg. You can actually feel those muscles working. 6, pause at the top. Good. 7, leg muscles are so important. 8, 9, 10, and relax. Now uncross and cross them the other way. So the leg that was just working is the one that's resting on top, and the one that was resting is now going to be working. Lift up again 10 times. So it's up and down. Lift up. Good. Yeah, for independence as we get older, and everyone does every single day of our lives, is leg strength. If you can keep your legs strong and able to do the things you want to do, it opens every door for you. Getting out of chairs, getting out of cars, getting up and down stairs. Legs are so very important, and you can keep them strong. You don't have to do major things. We could do sit stands and things, which I'm not going to do that today, but you can. But keeping those legs strong matters so very much. I think I miscounted. We're going to call that 10. Is that okay with you? Okay. So scoot all the way back in your chair with me. We're going to work our hamstrings now. We did some things standing where we were curling our feet up behind us, but we're going to do this seated. So get your feet all the way out in front of you, like they're almost straight. Your toes are pointed, and they're resting, your heels are resting on the floor. Put your hands on the arms of your chair. Tighten up your stomach muscles. A lot of instructions. And I want you to drag your feet underneath you. See if you can just like get mud off your shoes if you think of that, or kind of ruin the carpet by dragging it underneath, okay? So we're going to tighten. We're going to breathe. Bring it all the way under. You feel all those muscles work on the back of your legs? Do it again. Pull. You're going to want to hold your breath, but please resist that. Try to exhale. 3. That's good. Probably hear my feet dragging too, huh? 4. There you go. And 5. Maybe squeaking if we're on a different floor, huh? 6. Maybe you are. 7. Good. 8. And we're breathing out on that. 9. You're exhaling. And 10. Very good. Okay. Well, I think what we're going to do now is we'll transition into one other thing here. So sit all the way back in your chair. Put your feet up in the air. So my legs are simply extended. My toes are pointing to the ceiling, and we're going to make big circles. Can you do that? Big circles as you can. So draw circles with your toes. You're pulling back, you're pushing, you're pulling. You think about this when you walk on flat surfaces all the time, your feet kind of get used to just doing that very linear thing. When you get on things that have bumps and undulations, fun word to use whenever you can, it becomes more difficult. And that's one thing we're trying to do with just doing something like this. Now switch directions. They don't have to be quick. Oftentimes when I teach this, people try to do quick circles. I want big ones that feel weird. Like you feel those ligaments and tendons doing their thing. Big circles. And then rest it all the way down. Now, just for kicks, let's do one more thing for our quadriceps. Those are the muscles on the tops of your legs. Your legs are extended, your feet are out. I want you to lift both feet up off the ground as high as you can. And then let them down. Lift them up as high as you can. And then down. Hopefully the bottom of my shoes are mostly clean. 3. And 4. I realized I need to get some new shoes. 5. 6. Oh, you're feeling those quads. They feel good. 7. 8. You got 2 more in you. I know you do. 9. And 10. Okay. Well, folks, we're moving to the upper body now. We got to keep things moving here, don't we? So what I'm going to do first, I think, is we're going to move on to our bands. Okay? If you don't have a band, just go with me this time. But I encourage you to try to find one. It'll serve you really well for a lot of different purposes. Now, what I want you to do is not come all the way to the edge of your chair, but don't lean on the back of it. By just sitting up, you're going to make sure that your stomach's really engaged and you have some good posture. Rather than leaning on something, grab your band. Mine's green. They have different colors depending on how difficult, how tight they are, how dense they are. What we're going to do first is put that band out in front of you. My palms are down, and pretty much everything my arms, shoulders are all on the same plane, like I'm resting on a table. Now what we're going to do is pull back and squeeze our shoulders back. Bring your shoulder blades together. Good. My hands are coming apart. You see that? That engages the resistance of the band. And it works those muscles. Think about it. See how you really feel like you're sitting up tall? My dad, growing up being tall, used to always say, Dennis, posture. And I'm really grateful to him. Still I am. For making me keep those muscles strong and keep my posture good. It matters so much for every one of us. Pull and pull. Good. Yeah, I tend to do, and it's a good idea to do big exercises, then go into the smaller ones. So we're doing these kind of structural ones, which use lots of different joints. We're going to go up over our head this time. You may lose my hands in the frame, but trust me, they're still there. So you're going to have your hands at about shoulder width. Take your hands up. If you can't go over your head, it's fine. Go whatever is comfortable for you, and then you go pull down just under your chin and apart. Like you're doing a pull-up. So you're all hanging on a bar, and you're going to pull your chin over that bar. You got it? My shoulder blades are going down and together. 3. That feels good. I can feel my back working. 4. Very good work. 5. Your shoulders might get a little tired from lifting up. 6. But mostly it's down that we're pulling. 7. 8. Very nice. And 9. And 10. Rest for just a moment. And we're going to put our arms out in front of us and do both of those things again, okay? So out in front, pull. Yeah, I really enjoy teaching this class because there's so many different people will reach out to me and say, I haven't exercised in years and now I am because it's in my house, or I've lost weight, I've gotten stronger, I was able to do this, I was able to do that I wasn't able to do before. And that's for me, that's the point. I mean, having having muscles, having tone is all nice, but being able to do stuff, that's where that's where the rubber hits the road for me. And relax. Because what a bummer it is when someone says, hey, would you blank? Let's go do this or do that. And you say, well, I can't, I'm too tired or something. So much nicer just to say yes, right? Arms up over your head, pull down. Sure, you might be tired after you did it, but you're able to do it. That's living. And 3. Good. 4. Consistency is key. 5, 6, and 7. Breathing out. 8, 9, and 10. Now you're feeling it in your shoulders too, aren't you? Because you're lifting your arms up, but both sides are working. But yeah, it was good. It was really good. Now we've done pushing, kind of pulling here and pulling down. So we're going to do some pushing motions next. So to do that, we're going to do some chest presses. So your band, what you're going to do, basically we're going to do push-ups or a bench press. You're going to get behind your back. That may take a little doing, so take your time. All the way behind your back and kind of up underneath your armpits is really as much as is comfortable. All I usually do for my hands is I just pinch with my thumb and forefinger the band and the actual resistance on it, the friction holds it there. So then I sit up tall. I'm not leaning on the back of the chair, you notice. Elbows are relaxed out to the side, and my palms are facing down. If I change it, you see how it does that? So keep your palms down. Press straight out and together. There's 1. Doing a bench press, doing a push-up. 2. We're not using gravity, we're using the resistance of the band. All the way up. 4, you're breathing out during the exertion. 5, breathing out. Okay? 7, 8, keep that stomach tight. 9, and 10. Relax for a moment. We're going to repeat that. Got to let the fatigue go away a little bit, right? Okay. Let's do it again. You ready? 1, and 2. All the way out. 3. Remember to breathe. 4. Good posture. 5. Relax your shoulders. 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. Come on. And 10. Whew. Hey, you showed up. It's not my fault. You're doing well, though. Good job. Okay. We did the pushing stuff. We have to do another kind of pushing thing. So tell you what, take this out from behind you and put this aside. I talked about those water bottles, soup cans, whatever you got, or weights. I happen to have these nice weights here, so I'm going to grab them. And I want you to scoot back in your chair. So you're all the way back in your chair, and you can tighten your stomach muscles so your back gets really nice and supported against the chair. What we're going to do is some overhead presses. So just gripping this weight, and I'm going to let my palms come and face the image that you see in front of you. And we're going to press up and in. This is the starting and stopping position. Try to resist doing anything like this where you're dropping it. That makes your shoulder not so healthy. Rotator cuff muscles get activated. Don't want to have injury, just want to get stronger. Okay, you ready? 10 times. Press it up and in. And 2. This is important. Think about all that stuff you stored on the top shelf of your closet because you needed to get it out for this season. It's still up there. These are the muscles that are going to help you get those things down, right? Ask help if you need it, of course. It's sometimes nice when you're putting that heavy coat on the rack. These are the muscles that are working like that. There you go. We don't do this kind of thing very often until we have to, so it's kind of nice to be ready for it. And 10. Very good. I do 2 sets of everything. You can always do 3, but 2 is really found to be about the minimum of real benefit that you do, and you can do it twice a week is the minimum kind of frequency. 3 times is a little better, but 2 works. We do 3 times a week with classes. Let's do another set of 10. Same starting position, nice and strong, back is secure, stomach tight, got all those things? Good. Up, you're looking good. 2, 3, you're breathing out of the exertion. 4, well done. 5, 6, and 7. You got 3 more, you can do it. You're feeling it though, aren't you? 9 and 10. Whew, that's some work. So now we've done some pushing and pulling, these sorts of things. We can get to some smaller muscle groups now, which is kind of cool. So what I'm going to have you do now is some biceps, triceps, and some shoulders. And then we'll stretch a little bit and you can get on your way, okay? Glad you decided to join me today. Come on the edge of your seat. You still have your hand weights. We're going to get our biceps working. These are the muscles that are on the front part of your arm here. Anytime you lift stuff up, you're using your biceps. And you're pulling things towards you, all biceps. So let your hands go down beside you. And your palms are facing towards me. Curl up to your shoulders. And then down again. Pull up. Good. There's 2. You got it now. 3. Don't move your shoulders. 4. All the way down. 5. Full range of motion. 6 and 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to do some combinations here. Let your hands dangle beside you, palms facing towards you. Raise your shoulders up and down. Shrug them up and down. 2. Muscles called the trapezius, if you were curious. Big triangle-shaped thing on the back. There you go. Excellent. All the way up and down. They call it elevation and depression. So all the way up and down. Up. Up. Good work. One more. Okay, and your hands are doing this. They're dangling this way. Pretend you're holding hammers in both hands. And we'll do hammer curls. So palms are facing towards you. Curl it up and down. Starts to work your forearm a little bit and the biceps. It's a nice little combination exercise. 4. If you got any hammering to do too, you got the muscles intact. You're good to go. 5, 6. You got it. 7, 8. We're almost to the end. You're doing great. 9, 10. Shoulder shrugs again. Up. And down. We'll give those arms a break, but we won't just sit around waiting for them, huh? You can get a lot done in a half an hour. It's pretty amazing. 6, 7. You do lots of stuff for other people. You can do something for yourself. That's what I think is very important. It makes you better at all the other things. And relax. Now turn your palms towards me again. You're going to do that kind of regular curl. So curl it up and down. 2. We're going to do 10 of these. 3 and 4, 5, 6, all the way up, all the way down. 7. You're only cheating yourself if you're doing it. And 9 and 10. Now check this out. This is fun. Flip your hands the other way so your palms are facing the back of the room where you are. And curl them up. This is all forearms, so it's going to be a little harder. Keep the elbows close. See, I'm not letting them go out. 2, 3. Call this a reverse curl. 4, 5. You're doing well. 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. One more small muscle group we got to work. I'm not sure you know which one it is. It's called the triceps. So put those weights down. You're warm now, though. If you weren't warm, you're warm now. Get your band. These things are cool. There's so many options you can do with them. What you're going to do is hold it at shoulder width, put them straight out, and then pull it back towards you. See how my elbows, wrists, shoulders all on the same kind of level? What you're going to do is extend an arm out to the side. So we'll start with your right arm. So keep this hand as the anchor and just simply extend. And then bring it back. Don't let it snap back. That's what you were just tempted to do, I think. And 3, extensors, triceps. These are the muscles you use when you push yourself out of chairs. Very important. Trust me, tall guy, get into a couch. It's going to take all the effort in the world to push myself out of that thing. Or a low car, right? There you go. We're going to switch right over to the other side. So this arm becomes the anchor. We're going to go this side. So press it out. You got this. 3, extend it. 4, you are strong. You're looking at 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't let it snap back. You want to, I know. Resist it. 9, 10. Rest for just a moment. We're going to do that same thing again. There's 2 repetitions for each motion. My shoulders get tired sometimes doing that. You may feel that as well. Again, get yourself set. Right arm's extending. 1, 2, 3. Good. 4, 5, 6. I'm horrible at counting in classes. 7, 8. It's always been a running joke. 9 and 10. I start telling a story, then I forget what I'm doing. Other side. 10, 9. Doing okay so far. 8, 7. Did I jinx myself? 6, 5. Make them good. Come on. 4. You're almost there. 3 and 2. Extend it one more time. 1. Oh, how about that, huh? We did all the major muscle groups in like no time at all. Feel better, don't you? I do. I was sitting a little bit too much today, and now I feel like I'm doing all right with things. So we're going to do some lengthening of muscles now. We've done all the hard work. The rest of it's going to be just lengthening muscles, working on range of motion. The first one we'll do is hamstring stretch. The hamstrings are the muscles on the backs of your legs. These are the muscles you use, every morning when I get up to get the socks on, right? Or to reach down because you're all tight from sleeping. These are the muscles that keep loose for a lot of reasons. And the more we sit, the tighter they become. So they're important to keep long. I want you to put one leg out in front of you. The other knee is bent. Right leg if you want to mirror me. Rest your hands on the other leg. Don't reach for your toe. I want you to keep your eyes up over your foot. And I want you to just exhale and hinge forward. Now you're feeling a pretty pronounced stretch pretty quickly, right? Behind your knee. Up and down your leg, your toe is pointing towards the ceiling, and you're just holding that position. Breathe as normally as you can in this weird, awkward position. I understand. Now take a deep breath. Check this out. Deep breath, inhale. Then exhale, and you're going down a little farther. You just did. And hold that. You can stretch all the time. You can stretch. It's all about duration versus intensity when it comes to stretching. So the point is you don't want it to hurt. You want to go to a point that's sort of uncomfortable and hold it there. If you're on a long trip, if you're sitting a lot, stop every once in a while and lengthen those muscles. And up. Tend to hold them for about 30 seconds. I'm not counting, so it's somewhere in the range of that. Switch feet with me. Now your left leg is out. That feels pretty good. Toes up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath. Exhale again, looking over your foot, maybe 2 or 3 feet. That way your back stays flat and you don't arch it down. And that feels pretty good. Again, feeling that tightness, right? Take a deep breath in and then exhale. I'm always amazed that I can go down just a little farther each time. And if you keep doing that, it ends eventually, but you can get more and more length out of that and your muscles start to get used to that. And come all the way up. That was good. Now let's do some very, very basic stretches with our neck, and then we'll do some stuff with our arms too. Then we'll stand at the very last thing to finish up class. First, I just want you to turn your head over to the right. Look over your shoulder. And we know this kind of stuff's important when we're maybe driving a car and we have to look behind us. Thank goodness for those backup cameras, right? Other side. Very good. That's tight. You probably feel that. I do. Back to the center. Just let your chin come down towards your chest. And be very conscious to just try to release those muscles. Let the weight of your head pull forward. Sometimes I feel like I could take a nap in this position. Not today, I promise. And up. Now tilt your head. Don't twist it. Just let the weight of it tilt to one side. And tilt it the other way. Oh, that's great. Okay, now what I want you to do with me is turn your body and look over your shoulder, look behind you. Don't go so far and don't force the issue. Just turn until it kind of mechanically stops. And I tend to do a little bit of pressure on the outside of the leg on that side. For you, that's going to be your right leg. And then back to the center. And go to the other side. You've got to be very careful with the twisting motions. There's herniated discs, there's issues with osteopenia, osteoporosis, of course, all those things. But we've got to maintain function too. So we got to kind of get that balance of making sure our body does all the things we can have it do. But I want you to be conscious of how you feel. And back to the center. Cool. I'm going to do some stretching that sometimes I do standing, doesn't really matter, but we'll do it seated today, okay? I want you to put your right hand out in front of you, reach across, stretch out your shoulder. And relax. Put your other hand out and go across and stretch it out. And back to the center. We're going to transition to standing up now. So just bear with us. We'll come around to the back of the chair. Hi, so we've transitioned now from being seated to standing. All we're going to do is finish up with a couple little stretches just to keep ourselves loose and relaxed after a good workout we just had. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to step back with our right foot, and stretch out our calf muscles. So step straight back, feet are parallel, and press that heel into the floor. Your right knee stays behind your toes. You're sitting down into your hips. You don't bend forward. And feel that stretch. When I travel, I have to do this often every time I stop because my muscles get so very tight, and it just makes everything relax. Hold them about 30 seconds. Oh, that's good. And step forward. Got to do the other side too. So step back with your left leg now and press your heel into the floor. If you wear any sorts of heels, these muscles get very tight as well. So important to keep them loose because it can change all kind of different functional things. Oh, that feels great. Good. Step forward. Now take your hands and clasp them behind you. See how I'm doing that? And when you do that, you're going to squeeze your shoulders back, opening up your chest. Really squeeze them back. Gravity tends to make us want to close up our chests and put our necks forward. Got to fight that a little bit. Maintains your posture. We're meant to be upright. Oh, that's good. And relax. Take your thumbs from the inside and take them to the outside, opening up, lengthen your spine as much as you can. And feel everything align, lifting up from the crown of your head. Now close that up. Put your thumbs to the middle, and your arms are forward, shoulders are forward, lengthening all those muscles on the upper part of your back. Heads down. And open up again with me. Excellent. Reach up over your head. Reach up as high as you can. And come down. Oh, we just about made it. Put your feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to do some breathing. I want you to inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale. And exhale. You should feel good about what you just did. You worked hard. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. In. And exhale. So I hope that you can maybe repeat this particular workout 2-3 times a week. You're going to feel stronger, you're going to have more flexibility, and I think you're just going to feel better in general. I'm so glad that you joined me today, and I look forward to seeing you soon.